8 over 3 is going to stay on top. 4 plus 7 is 11 over 3. So then I take the 11 over 3 and I subtract it to the top. 8 over 3 minus 11 over 3 is negative 3 over 3, which is negative 1. So that would be u to the negative 1. Can't have an exponent of negative, so we're going to take it down to the bottom. You can either put a 1 there, or you don't have to put the 1 with the u. Okay. So on this one, the 1/2 goes to, I didn't want to put green there. Every thing inside the parentheses. Right? So we have 9 to the 1/2, u to the 1/2, 49 to the 1/2, and u to the 1/2. Does anybody remember what to the 1/2 power means? That's your root, which means you looking for 2 of a kind that multiply together to get 9, which is 3. What happens here, where you have u to the 1/2 and u to the 1/2? If I bring this up and I subtract it, what happens? What's 1 over 2 minus 1 over 2? It's 0, or they cancel out, because u is on top already, and u is on bottom already, so they cancel out. And then we have 49 to the 1/2. What do you have 2 of that multiply together to get 49? Which is 7. And does 3 over 7 reduce? Nope. So that's the answer. So again, on this r's, you have an r on the top and an r on the bottom. They can automatically cancel out. So you have 36 to the 3 over 2. We're going to do the 2 first. 2 of a kind that multiply together to get 36, which is 6. And then it's 6 to the 3rd power. 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. And that would be your answer. Okay, these w's do not cancel out. The reason that they do not cancel out is because they do not have the same exponent. On the last 2 problems that we had, the exponents were the same. So exactly on top to exactly on bottom, then they cancel out. All right, let's see what we're going to do here. There's a couple of ways that we could work this problem. I think I'm just going to stick with what I've been doing. So the 7 goes to the w on top, and the 7 goes to the w on bottom. And notice that this is negative. Okay, you're like, oh, it's negative. So it's going to end up being, either negative or positive. It depends. What it depends on is this. If the whole thing on the inside is negative, and you have an odd amount, the 7 is odd, if you have an odd amount of negatives, then your answer is going to end up being negative. Now, if that 7 would have been an even number, an even amount of negatives would have ended up being a positive, so you would have had a positive answer. But in this case, we're going to have an negative answer. So 6 times 7, I'm just going to write it down to show you what I'm actually doing. That's a 7. It won't write. And then on bottom, 1/3 times 7. So negative 6 times 7 is 42. That's a 42. It's a gross 42, but it is. 1 over 3 times 7 is 7 over 3. Then I take that 7 over 3 and I subtract it from the 42. And I am going to get one weird number. 12, 6, 105 over 3. 119 over 3. 119 over 3. 42 minus 7 over 3 is 19 over 3. Okay, so there you go. The negative 4 over 3 goes to the 81. Do I want to? I'll just keep on doing it the same way. It goes to all three of those inside. So we have 81 to the negative 3 over 4. S to the third times negative 3 over 4. And S to the 1 times negative 3 over 4. If it's a negative exponent, it's going to become positive. So this 81 to the 3/4 is going to go to the bottom. That's negative 9 over 4, so that comes to the bottom. And that's negative 3 over 4, so it's going to go to the top. The 4 and the 81, what 4 of a kind multiplied together to get 81, which is 3, and 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So that's 27. And then we move this 3/4 down because 3/4 is smaller than 9/4. 9 minus 3 is 6. 6 over 4 is 3 over 2. So negative 27. Not negative 27 equals 27. S to the 3 over 2. Give me just a second. I'm going to check on something. Okay, so we have y to the negative 6 times 1 over 4 over z to the 9 times 1 over 4. The y and the z are not the same base. You're not going to put the y together. You are not going to put the y with the z. You're not going to put the z with the 9. You are going to get these answers and make sure that they are positive exponents. Negative 6 times 1 over 4 is negative 6 over 4, which would be negative 3 over 2. 9 times 1 over 4 is 9 over 4. This right here, the 9 over 4 is already positive. It will stay where it is. This right here, the 3 over 2 is negative. It will not stay where it is. It's going to go to the bottom. If it's going to go to the bottom, then nothing's going to be on top. Yep, I found it, didn't I? There we go. That is a z. The z stays on bottom. The y goes to the bottom. We have 1 on top. Okay, shortcut. See the yz? See the yz? They're gone because they are exactly the same. But you do have to have a 1 left on top because you have to have a top. And so this is 1 to the 81, 1 over 81 to the negative 3 over 4. It says, take me up. So 81 to the positive 3 over 4. We already did it a while ago. 4 of a kind of multiplied together to get 81, which is 3, and then 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. Okay. I'm even going to get more right. We're going to use this other negative 2 to the 7th, u to the 7th, v to the 3 times 7, u to the negative 6 over 5 times 7, v to the 2nd times 7. Negative 2 to the 7th, negative 128. This negative is fine. Remember, you can have a negative in front. You just can't have the negatives with the exponents. So because the 128 is negative doesn't mean that we're going to move it down. If the 7 would have been negative, that's when we would have moved it down. Okay, that's still u to the 7th right now. That's v to the 21. That is u to the negative 42 over 5. That is 14. We're going to move the smaller ones to the bigger ones. Negative 42 over 5 is smaller than 7, so we're going to add 42 over 5 because it's negative to begin with. So if you move it, you're going to make it positive. That 14 is positive right now. We're going to move it up to the top because it is smaller than 21. Negative 128. U to the, I don't have a clue. 7 times 5 is 35 plus 42, 77. Over 5. And then V to the 7. I'm going to check that math just for a second because, you know, I am never wrong. 7 plus 42 over 5. 77 over 5. Okay. That's it. That's all. Test time.